Okay, next is Carl Merritt. His plugins. These are another set of plugins that are not available anymore except on the plugin database. And these are actual L scripts, so they'll run on Windows and Mac, 64, 32-bit, anything.
Doesn't that one ship with LightWave?
Which one?
Select by surface. If you select a polygon and then you run select by surface, it selects all the polygons of that surface.
It may.
I thought it did. It's just that they never did give official buttons for them.
Yeah.
Those things that ships with LightWave.
Well, since I didn't know it even shipped with LightWave, let's demo it. Let's go ahead and load up my demo object for this.
So you'd select one polygon that has, and then you'd run select by part, select entire part, or select entire surf.
So if I select, there's a polygon, and this has a lot of different surfaces. You can see them right there.
So doing select entire surf.
Yeah, that's. Yeah, see, it selects the whole surface.
Yeah.
These, I don't know if these are L scripts.
I think they're something David Peter wrote.
Okay.
That ships with LightWave.
Uh-huh.
I think it might be as of 9.2.
Ah. Well, these predate that.
Okay.
So. It's different from Select Connected. They're Select Connected. But if I come over here, well, see, that plugin's not free because you got to buy LightWave to get that one. This one you can download for free. Okay, here's 2 toilets. You can see if I select connected, it just selects these ones. I can also do like Jen was saying over here, select entire surface. As you can see, it selects both because they both have the same surface as the poly I selected. If I select that polygon, I get both of those. If I select that one, now I get all those surfaces. It's a bit quicker than selecting a polygon, and then, well, actually, you don't even have to select the polygon. You just find the surface, and it's like, okay, there we go. Oh wait, I wanted the tank. Let me find the tank. Okay, there we go. So it's a bit quicker. You know, I want that, and then there we go. And it's same. It works the same as the Carl Merritt one. It's which I believe is a open source L script. So here we can see this is the actual code that does the selection. So if anybody wants to start hacking scripts, they can just load this in and start seeing how it actually does its magic. So that's Select by Surface. Next is Loft. And LightWave better not have this built in because this is pretty, it should have it. It's awesome. But if it has it built in and I don't know about it, I'm going to feel stupid. Okay, let's load in another object. Okay, this is a bunch of rails or splines. Same thing, different word. Let's actually just select these, the other one. So you can see here I got a bunch of differently shaped curves. And everybody knows what spline patching is, right? Okay, to do a spline patch, I'd have to have curves that run along these curves so that I can select them in a certain way and it'll actually put mesh on the different areas that I patch. This plugin, this one, I'll just run it with the defaults, will automatically put a mesh across those. It's a process called lofting. So it's actually really low res, so let me go ahead and change the settings on that. The problem with this plugin, this one isn't open source. I wish it was. It is an L script though. It takes up quite a few of your undos. So this one, let's set this to 20, set this to 10. And now we get this mesh here. Subpatch that. It looks nice and smooth. And it's the mesh here is following the contours of those 4 splines that I selected.
What versions does that work with?
This should work with, I closed my folder. This 7, probably to 10, I just haven't tested it.
It should work till 10 because in my
Yeah.
the L scripts are supposed to be backwards compatible.
Sometimes they do break things. Sometimes stuff breaks. So let's undo this. Now you notice the mesh kept coming out in, the polys were flipped inside because I was selecting this direction. So I was selecting right to left, left to right, excuse me, and then lofting it. And the polys are inside out. Let me undo again. If I select them the other way, right to left, and then do it, now the polys are on the correct side, or the faces are pointing the correct direction.
Do the splines all have to start on the same side, or does that matter? Flip the spline, would it mess up the script?
It wouldn't mess up the script, it would probably just mess up the polys, the direction of the faces.
Gotcha.
Let's try it. This, you see what I did here is this one, the start point is in a different location, it's on another side. So now let's run it again. And yeah, it just, okay, it did flip it. Yeah. So, now we know. So you gotta make sure that, and that kind of makes sense because it's gonna go from, you know, that is 0.0, that's 0.0, 0.0, and so on. So it's just gonna be making a line between these starting points.
When it makes the object, does it put it in the same layer?
Yes,
Okay.
but it also takes up your background layers. If you can see here, it's just filled up all my layers.
What's in there?
Different parts of things. It seems to be just the first curve because I've had to undo quite a bit. So let's get rid of those by loading. So yeah, if you're going to use this plugin, you may want to save before you use it. And you should save before you use anything you're not sure of. Yes. Okay, here's the same curves. This time I put them into a radial pattern. So let's select them. And I'm doing counterclockwise so that the faces point outwards. And then let's run it. One of the bad things about this plugin, the defaults keep coming back. It won't save your changes. This, let's see, we've got remove cage. What that would do is actually get rid of these splines. When it creates the mesh, it's not deleting the splines because I don't want to have that done. Let's try this, and we see here it didn't go all the way around because I didn't have it set to do that. So let's undo and run it again. And this time we'll tell it, yes, close the spline. And let's put in our good values. Or is it loop mesh? It's loop mesh. Close spline does, no, it is close spline, look. Oh, I was wrong. Dave was right. Okay, loop mesh, it'll actually do the whole loop. What's close splines do? Okay, here we go. Now we've got it going all the way around. But if you look here, it goes sharp to that. That's the end meeting the beginning, and it's sharp. So to get rid of that, that might be, oh no, yes, it is loop type. If we go to loop mesh, loop type number 2, there we go. Now see, it's nice and rounded. It actually reinterpolates that endpoint. So, there we go. And that was just 4 splines. I just drew them real quick, and I've got this sculpture-y type thing. It's sculpture-y. It's sculpture-y.
What's going on in the middle there?
There's because the splines don't connect. They're not closed splines. If I, that's what closed splines does. Let's go back, select the splines. Let's try that out. It should put a middle in there. Let's now close the splines and loop it that way. I'm just, these are the settings that I found worked nicely for this mesh or this arrangement. So yes, it's got an inner surface in there now. And this sub patch to make it look pretty. So there we go. There we go. Any questions about this plugin?
So that could be a replacement in some cases for rail extrude then?
Yes, because you can change the shape of the rail.
Yeah.
At each segment, you can change the shape of the rail.
Did your splines, your starting splines, all have the same number of knots? Or
No, I don't believe they did. Let's look at them. I don't think they have to because it's a spline. It extrudes along each spline. So that's this one's. Yeah, this one's got 34 knots. This one's got 33, 44, 16. Because it's kind of a virtual object, you know. So, yeah, you can use all kinds of different shapes. I thought that was neat, and it's free.